Hey guys, this is the play along video for Sound Innovations Book 1, page 8. So please make sure that you've tuned your instrument. Make sure that you've tuned your instrument before we play to the best of your ability. I know sometimes it gets a little away from you, and that's not a huge problem. Today, we are going to be placing our fingers on the A string. So we've already done the D string notes rather, of D, E, F sharp, and G. Now we'll be putting the fingerings onto the A string. Before we begin, if you have not yet, please pause this video now and go over to the Sound Innovations video about placing fingers on the A string and watch their video, and then come back here. All right, so placing our fingers onto the A string is pretty much exactly the same as placing our fingers onto the D string. The difference really being just that we're at a higher pitch level, where we went to all three fingers made G on the D string. All three fingers makes D on the A string. Now, somebody says, but we already know how to play D. D is the open string. So we already know how to play D. Well, do these sound the same? Those are not the same note. They're both D, but this is the D below the treble clef staff or right above the center line of the alto clef staff. And then this D is the fourth line of the treble clef staff and is a ledger line above the alto clef. So these are different. Even though they're both D, they are an octave apart. That's 8 steps is an octave. So we're going to talk about our notes here on the A string. So all three fingers, again, always living on the tapes. All three fingers down. Pinky is still not yet in play. All three fingers down will be that high D. So let's get ourselves into playing position. Feet flat, front edge of the chair, nice tall open shoulders. Lion King, helicopter down. And then on the A string, second highest string for violins and the highest string for violas, we walk our fingers up. And there is all three fingers for that high D. Find that note. Hopefully you're having better success now about the note being pressed down hard enough and less of this happening. If you're not getting good sustain in the tone, you're just going to need to push harder. And you can let your hand sink in, especially if you have a good shoulder position. So, new note D. Take a look at the rhythms there. Notes and rests. We'll play it through twice. Remember, pad of the thumb on the side of the fingerboard. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, sh, 3, sh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Shh. How'd that go? How's your sound? Is your hand nice and relaxed? You can still tap your thumb. You can still wiggle your wrist. Those are going to be very important. Heavy fingers, not a squeezing hand, is how we're going to do our best work on this instrument. Here we go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good. So next, we'll go D and A jumps. So we're going to go from all 3 fingers on the A string to no fingers on the A string. Back to all 3 fingers on the A string to no fingers on the A string. And make sure that you are using all 3 fingers together. They should work together to press the string down firmly. Don't make that 3rd finger, he's kind of weak by himself. But when they work as a team, very easy. All right, here we go. Nice tall position. Make sure you're coming into playing position from above. D and A jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Shh. 1, 2, shh. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Shh. How'd that go? If you need to take a minute to make sure that you are ready to play it again, you may pause the video, take a minute and mess with the fingerings, and then restart. Let's play D and A jumps one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. And remember, when we take the fingers off, we don't have to go 19 miles away. We can just have the fingers hover a little bit over the string so that they're ready to go right back down whenever we need them to. So far, so good. So take a moment. Where on the staff is your open D string? Where on the staff is your open A string? And where on the staff is the note for that 3rd finger D? Those notes together are going to outline for us the root, 5th, and octave of the D major scale. You may not know what those terms mean yet, but you will soon. All right, next new note is 2 fingers on the A string, and that's C sharp. So get into playing position. On the A string, 1 finger, 2 finger, find the note, it's here. C sharp. See where that note is. And let's play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, shh. 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. Again, can you still tap your thumb? Can you still move your wrist? Keep that hand nice and relaxed. Tall shoulders create a nice solid floor for the instrument position. We don't have to smash the instrument here. We just allow the weight of our head to relax onto the chin rest. If it's poking you a little bit and you want to put a soft cloth over it, that's not a problem. Just make sure it doesn't slip. C sharp, one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, shh. 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. Now we'll go on to C sharp and A jumps. So we'll be going from 2 fingers to the open string. Here we go. Let's play it. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. How'd that one go? Good. Here we go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. One more note to learn for today, and that is on the A string, first finger on the first tape from the nut, and that's B. Remember that that finger is going to make almost a square when we go right at it because of how that touches. Now we're going to play this note. The note is here. It's that B right there. Make sure that that's ready to go. New note B. 1, 2, 3, go. Shh, 3, shh. 1, 2, shh. Good. Did you count along? Counting is the number one most important thing that we're going to be doing in our mind the whole time we play. Do you think professional players count when they play? I'll tell you, it's very easy to think that when professional players are playing that they're not counting, that they're so good they don't need to count. But really what has happened is professional players got so good that the counting became automatic. It's not that it isn't happening. They are still very actively counting as they play. It's just so automatic and so ingrained that they don't even look like they're thinking about it anymore. They're counting way more complex patterns than we even can understand yet. But they are absolutely counting the whole time. Very important to count. One more time. New note B. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, shh. 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. Now this last one is called new note A for basses, but it's really just A and B jumps. So we're going to go back and forth between that A and then the B. So open A string and the B. Pretty simple, straightforward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. So far, so easy. Let's play that one more time. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shh. Good. So now, a quick review, and we will use all of the notes that we've learned so far. So I want you to have a reference in your mind, and I want you to make sure that you're taking this time right now to think about from the open D string on up. So from open D string, D, E, F sharp, G, open A string, A, B, C sharp, D. Where are those fingerings on your instrument? Knowing where the fingerings are on your instrument where are those notes on the staff? So when you're looking at the sheet music, we're going to need to know, okay, this spot on the staff means this note, which is fingered here and makes this sound. And all of those things, all of those thoughts happen automatically and very quickly. And we're building that skill of reading and doing as we go. So where are those notes on the staff? And where are those notes on the instrument? And for those that have some music knowledge before, listen. Do you know what that pattern's called? Whether or not you've heard it before, that's a major scale. Well, we're going to talk about major scales for sure. And scales are going to be a very important component of what we do from now throughout our music career. But that is our first one, is the D major scale. So what I want you to make sure that you're ready to do is both read on the page all of the notes that go along with what we've learned so far, but also put your fingers onto the instrument. All of these left hand skills and making sure that it stays nice and relaxed and that we let the weight of the finger sink in. So we'll go, and you can play it with me. From the open D string, open D, first finger, E, second finger, F sharp, third finger, G. Get all the fingers out of the way. For the open A string, open A, first finger, B, second finger, C sharp, third finger, D. And there you have your first major scale. I would start getting pretty used to that pattern. If you're good with that pattern, you are going to find a lot of what we do this year will come a whole lot easier to you, and you'll have a much easier time learning it. For now, that's all for today. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.